So, I don't usually do videos like this. I haven't done videos like this in a very long time. But I wanted to give my personal observation of Normani's recent music video and her song that's just really popular right now. If y'all don't know who Normani is, at least on my channel, because it is the secular realm of music. She's an upcoming artist. She went solo. She used to be a part of Fifth Harmony. And the only reason I'm doing this video is because I know that nobody else is going to call it out. So I just kind of wanted to be the person to do it. I first want to say I'm not going to have any particular bias in this video despite me being a Christian. I just wanted to give a genuine observation of her new record in her video. I think Normani is extremely talented. I think she's a pretty girl. She can dance her behind off, and it's a good thing that she went solo. Now, as far as her like her recent record, I think that, and I hope that this is brief. It may not be brief. I think that people want dark-skinned women and so bad, especially when it comes to her specifically, because she's not just a role model for dark-skinned women, since there is a lot of colorism in the music industry as it is, but she's also one that's actually genuinely very talented. You have a lot of music and a lot of musicians, a lot of women that are doing pop, they're doing R&B, talking about black women, but they're not really talented women, you know. These days, they just kind of put them on the radio. They go ahead and give them some type of record deal or a music deal because they're pretty. They can promote them and they'll sing about the trash they want them to sing about. They're basically just pimping them out. Normani is actually authentically talented. She is. I will give her that. So, I feel like because she is that figure right now as an upcoming artist, because she is pretty, because she's dark skinned, because she's very talented, because she has a really nice body, and she's prospering, she's becoming more popular, she's starting to become more mainstream and everything. I think that that is overshadowing the recent record that she put out, or I think is going to. And that's the only reason I'm making this video, is because I think because people want her to win so bad. For her personally, because she may deserve it in their eyes. I'm not saying she doesn't. As far as her talent is concerned, I don't support the music industry, period. But, and for dark-skinned women, because I feel like, you know, people will feel that way with anybody, whether it be Kelly Rowland or somebody else. If they see a dark-skinned woman winning, you know, that's motivation for them because there's so much colorism in the music industry. And I feel like when you have somebody that's kind of rising above that, or they're kind of making it through, you know, in those crazy waves, people want them to win so bad that the little subconscious things that they may do after that is going to be, they're going to be completely distracted by, you know, her success and her prosperity. And they're not going to pay as much attention to the little things that matter. It's completely understandable. I understand the colorism aspect. I understand the racism aspect. I understand being genuinely happy for somebody who is very talented, unlike many other female artists that we have today in the music industry. I completely get it. But I want to give an honest review of her music video and her song because, of course, like, it's trending on YouTube and everything. I watched it. I do want to say Normani can dance her behind off. She is a good dancer. I'm not going to take that away. I don't approve of the kind of dancing she does, but she's a really good dancer nonetheless. So I'm going to give credit where credit is due. Her choreography was nice. The idea and the creativity that went to the video, I get it. It was very nice. All that was nice. The record, I hate. Because one of my pet peeves are just secular music in general, which is doing its part. There is an agenda to program the masses. I don't understand why every song, especially when it comes to having a female lead song, has to be overly sexualized. The record, I don't know, they said Oriana, however you say her name, Grande co-wrote the song with Normani. I don't know who wrote the song. I just know that you have some type of control over what you choose to record. The song is complete trash. The lyrics is basically, it starts off, you got that good, good baby, don't you? I don't know if she's talking about the guy having a good penis, you know, if his sex game is good, or if she's talking about hers. I mean, the whole song is basically very loose, very trashy. It's just about you wanting to sleep with some dude. And, you know, I think the verse literally before you go into the chorus is saying, falling into the bed, why would we ever do something instead of falling into the bed? So she just want to have sex with some guy. And the chorus, the whole song is called Motivation. So basically, come here, let me be your motivation to, I guess, have sex with me. And the whole dream, her choreography, although it's really dope, it's I wouldn't say it's raunchy. I mean, it's loose. She's doing a lot of twerking in the video. There's one part where she gets on the fence. It's a lot of emphasis on her butt, you know. Now I'm not saying she's not a beautiful woman. She is a beautiful woman. She can dance really, really well, but I just think the message in the song is complete trash, and that's the only reason I'm doing a video about it, because I feel like because people like her so much right now, and because she's like that dark skinned role model, she's black girl magic, and you know, they want her to win. Yeah, I understand all of that, but at the same time, I just at least want to make this video for her fans and people that are rooting for Normani. You still have to make them accountable for what they're doing. You can support her. Do you support the message that she's promoting? Don't say it's trivial. Don't say it's not that serious, because there's a lot of talk about, oh, it's a cute pop R&B song. It is. It's catchy. It's a very catchy pop R&B song. It's something cute that you could listen to in the car, you know, retail store. Like, I get it. You know, I get it. But the message, the record is complete trash. I don't listen to a lot of Normani's music. I've heard one of her other songs, which I think is Waves. It's a decent song. It was a very beautiful, creative video as well. Like I said, I give credit where credit is due. But this recent record that she released is complete trash. The lyrics is trash. And as far as, like, you know, her title to get motivation, I commented, and my whole thing is the creative content in the background that she used in the actual music video is kind of, you know, implicating that she's encouraging dark-skinned girls like her, or younger girls like her, who used to look up to other artists when she was younger. Because in the beginning, the video starts off with like a younger version of herself, and she's watching 106 in Park. So, you know, she's basically saying, or she's paying homage to other female artists when she was coming up, for being her inspiration, for being her motivation to pursue her goals and her dreams. And now that she's doing that, she kind of reenacted that in her video. So the message in the video is somewhat positive. She's showing respect. She's paying homage to other artists like J-Lo, Beyonce. I think she reenacted Beyonce's Crazy in Love in like the very intro of the video. And she goes into just all these different scenes. The video is not really the issue. Aside from her dancing and twerking and stuff, paralleling when I'm talking about the message in the first place, it's kind of confusing. It's like, okay, you can tell there's like some programming, subconscious programming with the song as a whole. And I'm pretty sure that when these artists are seeking to really become somebody in the music industry, they probably teach them how the record and the actual music video work hand in hand when it comes to programming the masses. Number one, they want you to win. They already like you. You're already their favorite person. You're already every black girl, dark-skinned girl's, you know, role model. So if they pay attention to the video, they're automatically going to love the beat. They're going to love the song, because the message in the video is just so positive. It's just so dope. She's encouraging us, you know, to pursue our goals, to pursue our dreams. And look at her. She's dancing. She done made it, or she is making it. But listen to what she's saying. She's talking about being loose, wanting to have sex with a guy, telling him how good her vagina is, you know, how good his sex game is. I just want to get in the bed with you. Let me motivate you to have sex with me. And her motivation for that, despite all the pretty positive, you know, positivity in the background of the video, I'm shaking my behind. You know, it's like, yeah, it's the same crap every female artist has been doing. So I just wanted to make that video because I feel like, because she's being praised like globally right now, I don't think any of her fans or anybody that does, you know, any content about celebrities, I don't think they're going to call her out on that. I wanted to do it. Because another thing that I caught when I watched the video, in the very first scene, after the intro where she does her little Beyonce Crazy in Love reenactment, The very first scene where she's dancing outside, her little crop top and a little short skirt with her other dancers, she threw out the devil horns. She's doing this in like the choreography for like 10 to 15 seconds. And I saw that the first time I watched it. I was like, okay. I rewinded it and I watched it again. I said, I see what you're doing. And even apart from that, I have an eye for stuff like that. But even apart from that, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know the record alone, like I said, the lyrics are just trash. So I'm just like, okay, you say motivation. What exactly are you motivating? What's your motivation behind this record and this music video that you put out? In the music video, it's like you're implying that you want to be other dark-skinned girls who are just like you. It doesn't always have to be dark-skinned girls, but other young girls who maybe wanna or dreaming to be a dancer like you, dreaming to be a singer. This is something she obviously was aspiring to be when she was younger. She put that in the video and now she's made it. You know, she's having a lot of success in her career right now. So it's like on one scale, she's encouraging girls to go in that direction that she's going in. But your lyrics in the record is not reflecting the positivity and the message that you tried to put in the video. I have an issue with that. I have an issue with anybody who's a role model for obviously young girls, probably younger actual kids, and then teenagers. And you're saying, hey, follow me, follow my lead. Look, y'all, I made it. You know, I was in Fifth Harmony. Now I'm doing this and everything. But the message is trash. We already have enough whores. I can't stand, I'm not going to name any names. There's so many female artists. Like I said, I don't understand why everything has to be sexualized. You can't convince me that this is not an agenda behind this mess. Sex is not that great. It's beautiful, it's pleasurable, it's intimate. I'm not saying it's not amazing, but I'm saying that to the emphasis that people put on sex in music, it's just like, it's really overrated. And it's like, why are you encouraging, not only saying, hey boy, look at my butt, you know, chase me, I got good, you know, PUSSY or whatever. That's basically what your lyrics are saying. And you have these girls following you. Let's say they do look up to you. Let's say you are motivating them. Is this the kind of message that you want to give them through your song? And my thing is, I know that, you know, criticism like this, constructive criticism, because I'm not slandering her at all, you know, because she's in the music industry, I know a lot of people are just going to say things like, oh, it's not that deep, it's not that serious, it's just a cute little song, it doesn't reflect her real life. Well, I feel like whatever you come into agreement with to produce, whether you wrote, co-wrote, you agreed to record it. So to some degree, you do relate to what you're talking about. So you singing about being a thought and all this stuff. I mean, even if you don't do those things and you agree for whatever reason, maybe because sex sells and you really just want to be prosperous and successful in your career that bad, that still speaks volumes about your character. Why would you put out a record like that if you're trying to be seen as this positive image? A dark-skinned girl, it's already hard for dark-skinned women due to colorism in the music industry. I just feel like if that's what I don't know what she's trying to do. Maybe she just wants to be a pop artist. She's not trying to be anybody's role model, but you kind of are. You obviously acknowledge that because you put such great emphasis on it. You know that you are a dark-skinned role model for that particular audience, for girls who don't feel beautiful because they are dark complected. So my thing is, even if you're not trying to be somebody's role model, you end up becoming a lot of women's role model just because of the position that you're in. You're giving them hope, and then you're emphasizing on that in your music videos, so you know what position you're in. And this is the message that you want to give them. A trash record like Motivation. Who wrote this crap? Slap them. Honestly. Normani has a beautiful body. She's very athletic built. She looks really good. She's an awesome dancer. She is. I'm not taking that away from her. I'm a firm believer in just because you can do it don't mean you should. Maybe in the privacy of your own home with your husband, okay? But just because you can get on a video and twerk and get on the fence and shake your rump and do all these little magic tricks on the court and bounce the basketball off your, I mean, just because you can don't mean you should. So it's just, I wanted to point that out because I noticed that when somebody's doing really good, they're doing really successful, and you just genuinely want somebody to win, you just kind of overlook the little, you know, the little bitty things. And I have an issue with that because you do have girls watching you. You do have girls like looking up to you. And Obviously, I'm not in the music industry. I can't see how the music industry works. I can tell you one thing: you're not gonna get nowhere without signing something that's gonna result in you or require you to sell your soul in some way. Now, I don't mean a literal, ritualistic form of selling your soul in a spiritual way. There is that. I think you can get to that point depending on what you're trying to do, what you're trying to be, what you're trying to get. So people don't care. They'll sign that away because they just want money. They just want fame. They just want success. Satan can give you that. But she doesn't have to do that. You can still sell your soul by just agreeing to degrade yourself just because you are trying to climb up that ladder. And I think that's very unfortunate for her. I'm not exactly expecting her to meet righteous standards because she's not in the faith, but as far as the world's subculture and what they want their role models to be, I think that a reality check needs to set in with these people that you want her to prosper so much, but you're not taking into account that if she does prosper, what she's going to have to do. They're not going to let her, first of all, shape and pave her own path. Even if she wanted to be some inspirational figure and motivation for dark-skinned women and be something positive, that could really be her genuine heart. They're not going to let her do that because that doesn't sell. And it's probably going to conflict with the colorism that is taking place. I don't think they're going to truly let a dark-skinned woman shine like that. As you can see, they're already kind of making her degrade herself. Look at her music video, the most recent one. I have a hard time believing she wanted to do that. Agreeing to do something and initially wanting it to do it. I don't think she has a desire. It's her dream and her heart to produce a music video and a record where she is basically portraying herself to be a loose slut and is encouraging other women who is actually following her to follow in her footsteps. No, I don't think she wanted to do that. Is she agreeing to do that? Yeah. Because maybe somehow they communicated to her, well, this isn't going to sell, this is going to sell. If you want to get here, you got to do A, B, C, and D. And that's how it works. And then you have this situation here. You got a beautiful dark-skinned woman. She is, in fact, a role model for that particular audience, and she's doing dumb stuff like this. Just because it's a cute record, just because it would sell, just because it's something quick that you can kind of get out and it's going to be a hit and people like it, because if you listen to it, it's pretty catchy. I get it. Doesn't mean you should do it. That's all I wanted to do. I'm not speaking against Normani. I understand the many pressures. I can't even imagine the kind of pressures that women who are really trying to make it in the music industry probably come under, because they probably genuinely just want to make it. They just want to dance. They just want to sing. You see in the video, she put in the very beginning of the video, she put like a younger form of herself. She was watching other artists on 106 and Park and stuff, so I get it. I'm not speaking against her. But you have to understand, when you have somebody that's that hungry for success, they're that hungry for fame and everything. I'm not accusing her of being hungry for the fame aspect. I don't know her. I don't know her heart. I can't judge her that way. When these people put themselves in those positions to agree to degrade themselves and produce trash records like Motivation, it is a trash record. I didn't say that her talent was trash. I'm not degrading her choreography skills. I'm not degrading any of that. I'm not taking that away from her. What she agreed to produce is trash. The message that she's putting out is trash. What she's encouraging you to be is trash. You have so many people talking about sex. Why do you need a new artist who's becoming more mainstream, somewhat has a good positive background, a good fan base going? Why does she need to do a record like that? Who told her to do this? Somebody did. Somebody communicated to her, you know it's going to be hard for you because you're dark skinned. And if you really want to make it, you really want to sell, this is what the people like. You can dance, let's show that off a little bit. And now she looks stupid. People who love her may disagree. I'm not saying she's not a beautiful woman. I'm not saying she's not talented and that she can't dance. I'm saying the way that she's portraying herself, she looks like a slut. And the message that she's promoting, it's trashy lyrics. I encourage you to listen to the video after you watch this one. You'll see what I'm talking about. Bomb choreography. The girl can dance her tail off. She is so freaking talented. She really, really is. I give her props. But the message is garbage. And because it has a nice beat to it and it's somebody that they like, that's how the programming works. That's all they need. And I also wanted to say, as a warning for people who are rooting for her, with anybody, you keep pushing these people to higher levels because you really want them to be successful and you may feel like they deserve it. You need to understand what comes with that type of success and what they're going to be liable to do if they want that kind of success. That's what you're not thinking about. You think that you're pushing somebody to be great. You don't get to those type of heights without sacrificing some aspect of your morality and your character. You will have to degrade yourself because that's the system that they have running over there. I don't care how pretty you are. I don't care how talented you are. I don't care how good you can sing. You can be a star. The Lord could probably put you in that atmosphere. But if you're trying to make it in that demonic network, you have to abide by their rules and the agenda that they're being consistent with. There's colorism for a reason. So if she wants to be that dark-skinned girl, and let me tell you this, because she is dark-skinned, the only reason she is really getting the success she's getting is because she can dance her tail off. She is extremely talented, and they're going to use that. And that's what y'all are not thinking about. You support her, which is genuine. Your support is genuine. Your love for her is genuine. You want the girl to succeed because she has the talent and she deserves where she's going. But you also have to take into consideration that if they do prosper her, whoever is running her and managing her, that's the people that they use. It's true that they have basic, irrelevant, non-talented people in the music industry who basically agree to do anything for a paycheck that can get their agenda done. But how much better if you have another Michael Jackson? You have another Beyonce. You got people that can actually get down, okay? And if you watch her video, she's showing off. She can get down. But don't get too excited. When you do see her climbing up that ladder, she may deserve it, but not in the atmosphere of what the music industry really is. No. That's I have an issue. Don't encourage that. Don't be too strong in encouraging that, because that's the main people that they use to be a puppet, because they do have those skills. That's what they're looking for. They're looking for who's inspirational. They're looking for who can kind of they see how the audience and the masses respond to the person. Like, okay, she dark skinned, perfect. She gonna have a huge fan base because people are really big on colorism right now. And then you have the issue of basketball wives and the situation that just happened with Evelyn Lozada and OG. That's a huge trendy topic right now. Normani's climbing up the ropes. This is what everybody is looking for. You know what it made me think about? Obama. Everybody was praising Barack Obama. They were rooting for Obama just because he was black. You don't know this man from Adam. You don't know what his character is like. You don't know what his heart is like. You don't know what his agenda is. He could be completely wicked. And a lot of them are. Politicians in general. They have a certain, set of rules to abide by. They're not in control like that. So it's just the same narrative that you see in just different, contexts. I feel like because she's a dark-skinned woman, people just automatically want her to win. And you're not thinking about the sacrifices she's going to have to make personally if she does reach that level of success. She'll be a favor because she'll be making bomb music for you. You get to see her shine. You get to see her dance. The same thing I do with Beyonce. Oh, Slay Queen, Obey, and this, and that, because she can dance her tail off. She's a great, dancer and everything. She does great choreography. But you're not thinking about the pressure these women are going to have to go through. They may not want to degrade themselves, but they're going to have to because it's supply and demand. You like them so much, you're demanding more Normani, more Normani. Okay, and they're going to tell her, okay, Normani, you want to keep going up this ladder, you're going to have to do A, B, C, D if you want that. The people like you. We can use that, but how bad do you want it? And this is what you're going to have to do. And then it's harder for women in the music industry than it is for men. And they got it hard. They got it just as bad. The women have it worse. So that's just my thoughts about her. I saw her Waves music video way earlier this year when it came out. Very creative video. She's very talented. Like I said, I'm not taking any of that away from her. I just wanted to do this video to kind of highlight and kind of point out some stuff I know nobody else is going to do because she is likable right now. Nobody may have not even seen that little choreography in the beginning, unless you just really paying attention. Like I caught it, and I want to have it documented on YouTube, and I want people to have something to kind of come back in reality and reflect on when they like her so much. And she's a dark-skinned girl that's winning. She's black girl magic. She deserves it. Remember that you have to make your idols accountable at the same time. Nobody should ever stop being accountable. I would love for her to be questioned. What made you want to do a record like that, Normani? Like, what direction are you trying to take? You can't be careless with stuff like that. Like I said, maybe they have their own set of rules of how they do stuff in the music industry. That's how my mindset would work. It can appear to be fun. It's just a little fun, sporty girl song. She's coming up. Why not throw something like that on the album? When all the music may not be portraying that kind of message, but you can't do something careless like that because you still put it out there. You are influential. They see you doing your thing, and that's the kind of message that you're in agreement with. That's what you're going to reproduce. Same thing with churches. People who sit under, depending on the spirit and the heart and character of that pastor, they will literally breed and reproduce that same spirit in their congregation. If you notice that, a lot of people in church congregations, they're just like the pastor that they sit under. So when you reach new heights and you reach new levels of prosperity and promotion, you do have to be more cautious and more considerate of who's watching you. That is true. Even if you're not trying to give off like a certain message. I mean, of course, with a song like Motivation, it's very much intentional and pretty blatant. I have an issue with that. So it's just kind of like, okay, do you want to be a role model for the girls? You want to encourage them, pursue your dreams like me. And it's kind of like, at this rate, you're showing me that even if I did pursue my dreams, I would be having to be rump shaking and kind of degrade myself as a woman and making songs about being a thought like you doing. So do I really want to pursue my dreams to do what you're doing? Probably not. Even if I was to really pursue that, and I know I have the talent and I have the beauty, I have what it takes, I wouldn't want to go that path. So I'm like, what path are you choosing right now? I feel like people are going to pay more attention to the person they like so much. They're going to pay attention to the choreography and the creativity that went to the video, and they're not listening to the message. That's how subconscious programming works. That's why they do music videos. To play mind games. Because if the music video distracts you, and sometimes if you pay attention, sometimes with some music, the music video has nothing to do with the song at all. It makes you wonder, what kind of, I don't want to say ideology, what kind of mind is behind the purpose in a music video in the first place. And I think it has a lot to do with how people process things differently. You know how some people are hands-on learners. Some people learn through reading better. Some people learn through actually visualization better. When you have both, you have the subconscious programming through the music, you got the beat, the waves and the frequencies that actually does alter your brain chemistry. G. Craig Lewis did a whole ministry sermon on that called Lords of Discord. I have the DVD. If it's still on his website, you should buy it. He went deep. He provided some spiritual revelation on music and the different sounds and frequencies, how some demons resonate on certain frequencies, and why some music makes people respond in a different way. So you have that. You add the lyrics. I think they even have frequencies that they know to bring your mind into a state to where it's going to be more receptive, depending on what the sound even sounds like. So you add the lyrics on top of that as another layer. And then you have the music video visualization programming. That's an agenda. There's no reason for you to make a song like Motivation. I don't care how much positivity you put in the music video. The song is trash. I would turn it down. I would turn the music video off. And I would be like, so what made you want to do a song like this? These are the questions you need to ask, because they like to distract you with their popularity. They like to distract you with their success and everything, and the whole world is raving over. And it's just the little things that you need to keep people accountable for. Just little tiny things. And like I said, all of this, doing this in the choreography in the beginning of the video, it was real slick, but I caught it. So we don't know what deal she's made so far. I mean, from what it looks like, putting two and two together, we're so used to this pattern. She probably did do something like that, which is why this video needs to be made even more, because you like her. Okay, and you see what direction she's going. You see what she's succumbing to and what she's in agreement with. So Don't make her your Obama just because she's dark skinned, just because she's Normani, just because she's black. You got to look at what they're doing and what they sing about. At the end of the day, that's all that matters. Period. You have to be selective of what energy you put into your system, what you're programming yourself with, as far as what you watch and what you listen to. I don't care how bad you want her to be successful, how much she deserves it. Obviously, she's willing to degrade herself in order to get that. That's not something I would personally encourage if I was a true fan of somebody. So, that's my video about that. Like I said, I was thinking I would like to have this up for people who've already seen the music video. Obviously, they will see this and click on it. I'm not going to have the comments open because I don't have time for all of her fans, all the crap that comes with that. When you're actually doing sound, constructive criticism about somebody, everybody wants to make it seem like it's a big deal, it's hate, you're bitter, blah, blah, blah. So, no. No likes or dislikes shown, no comments open. I just wanted to have the message out there so that when they watch the video, they can come see this and stay in a place of reality. Like, it's not okay that she made a record like that. I don't care how many other women did it, how much it sold, how it's not that serious, this is what sells. She shouldn't have done it. She's very influential. She has a lot of dark-skinned women who are very insecure about themselves and have very low self-esteem because of colorism, which is something very serious going on, and she put out a record like that. What is that going to do for young black girls who are looking up to Normani? I want to be a thought. I want to be loose in my vagina. That's not inspiration to keep what should remain sacred, sacred. I want to dance like Normani. Man, Normani can dance. Look at her like twerking. Look at Normani doing, oh, she can do this. That's, if you look in the video, that's the comment section. Everybody's like, oh man, I wish I could dance like that. I wish I could move like that. Granted, she can dance. She can't dance, but once again, she is a figure, which I think is what they're probably going to make her. They're going to make Normani the Beyonce for dark-skinned women. I'm telling you. If she gets any more success, it's not because she's not talented and she doesn't deserve it, or that she could not get success without it. But if they allow her to continue to climb up that ladder, it's because she's going to be a perfect vessel for them to use and to shape for darker complected women. Perfect for it. And I have an issue with that. That that because of colorism, there's a lot of dark-skinned African-American, Hebrew, want to get that message out here, Hebrew Israelite women who don't get any love, any recognition, any acknowledged for their self-worth and their beauty and what they bring to the table because people favor lighter complected women over them. They're looking to her, and that was the motivation and the message in the video. Look at me, look what I can do, look how good I can dance. Ooh, she's getting shine. I want to dance. I want to be like that too. That's not, she's promoting trash. No, you don't want to be like that. Like I said, just because you can do it don't mean you should. Okay? So, for the outro of this video, homegirl can dance. She's a beautiful girl. She's very talented. I'm not hating on her, but I had to bring that to light. Okay? Scripture says to expose the unfruitful works of darkness, and that's what I did. I don't think anybody else is going to make a video like this about that video. I needed to do this. Especially when it's targeting Hebrew women. No, ma'am. You don't have to be like Normani. Normani is one beautiful, talented, dark-skinned girl out of millions. Okay. No, I don't appreciate that at all. And like I said, I haven't really listened to the rest of her music. Just Waves. Waves and Motivation is the only two songs I know. And I know she was in Fifth Harmony. I don't even know who they are. I never listened to Fifth Harmony. So before you decide to make Normani your motivation, and your inspiration and your role model, you need to be very selective about what kind of message the people that you look up to, what they're actually promoting, and is that something that you want to be a part of. You can't really control the route that somebody else chooses to go, especially if she's not like that, which would typically be somebody's defense who produces records like that. Well, you did it. So that lets me know that you're okay with kind of being reckless and kind of being careless with what you promoted. So either way, it looks bad. There really is no excuse for you doing the record. You either are in agreement with that type of lifestyle and being loose, and singing about just wanting to have a dude and having him chase you behind, and you don't, oh, I don't really agree with the record, I'm not really like that, it was just really something really fun to do. Okay, so you're careless of what you promote. You don't care about anybody else that's watching you and how they may absorb something like that. They can become that little harlot that you were, portraying yourself to be, even if you're not that person. So if you're gonna do records like that, at least be honest with your fan base. I'm not like that, and I don't want to. You did promote it, so you can't say that. you know, go in a different direction. Okay? So, for those of you girls out there, not to make this video longer than what I initially intended it to be, not to make it an inspirational video, you're beautiful the way God made you. You're beautiful the way Elohim made you. You don't need a figure like Normani or somebody. You don't need a Kelly Rowland. You don't need any other secular women to be your inspiration, to be your motivation for what you should or shouldn't do. Seek God's will for your life. And that's where you're going to find your purpose in. Period. When you get in an industry like that, all the colorism, it's just, even if you were a black woman that made it to that degree, you will be their puppet. They're not going, you don't have any creative control the way you think you would have in something like that. It's not reality. At the end of the day, they need to bring money in. Are you willing to do this, that, and the third? Simple. Okay? So it's okay to appreciate somebody's creativity and their talent, and be careful not to make them a role model, because I ain't down with what you just recorded about. That's stupid. Why would you do that? The lyrics are trash. Why would you make a song like that? I was just thinking, I was like, she sings pretty, she dances good. I was like, why did she do a song like this? Is what she succumbed to? She could have did better than that. Who wrote this? Who told her to do this? Slap them, fire them. No, like don't do that. So yeah, you have a lot of young black Hebrew women that's gonna be watching her and thinking that mess is okay, and I want to be like her, and I want to know she's one out of millions. Just because she's the main one that you seeing don't mean that she should be your motivation or your inspiration for anything. There's a lot of other beautiful dark skinned women that know how to sit in their own, and they're not carrying themselves like that you can look up to. So Lupita. Don't want to put her on a pedestal because I don't really follow her. I don't know too much about her lifestyle, but there's a lot of, well-rounded, humble, meek, respectable Hebrew women, African women, dark-complected females that are not carrying themselves like some raunchy prostitutes. And don't always feel like you need somebody to look up to either. That's another one of our problems. People are not perfect. Stop making people your role model. I'm not even, well, I could be somebody's role model, but I'm not even perfect. You don't need to do that with people. You don't know people's hearts, what they're willing to do for fame, what they're willing to do for that come up, and they not thinking about you. They thinking about their paycheck. They thinking about what's going to sell. They not thinking about how you going to absorb the content they put out and, reproducing sluts and whores. They don't even know you. So no, I don't feel like, we give people a right of what role they're going to play in our life, especially when it comes to musicians. You choose that. Like with Cardi B, people made Cardi B famous. They loved her so much because she was on Instagram being ratchet, being herself, but they just thought she was so funny. I remember the first time my cousin actually sent me her Instagram page years ago. It was like, check out this girl, she's funny. And I watched the video and I was just like, who is this crazy, like, Latina looking woman? Cardi was just talking reckless, and people, they made Cardi famous. She was on Love and Hip Hop. Once again, she started off as a vlogger. They loved her personality so much. People they pushed her. She ended up on Love and Hip Hop. And they loved her so much on Love and Hip Hop. Oh my God, yes, Cardi made it. We've been following Cardi on Instagram forever. Cardi made it. Cardi made it. Now she's making music about what? Worthless trash. She's pretty. She has a nice body. She can probably freestyle here and there. But what she talks about is garbage. And now the same people that put her on this pedestal hate that she's at where she's at, and they're saying cancel Cardi, cancel Cardi. We can't stand her. She's trash. She's famous and she still don't even know how to shape her character around where she's at in life. That's how ratchet she. I'm like, well, she was ratchet before she got there. Y'all knew that. That's why y'all wanted her to progress. This is what I'm talking about. You choose who's going to be who's going to have a place of relevance and superiority in your life based on who you watch and what you listen to. You choose that. I don't know what they were expecting with Cardi for her to change and just be this completely different. They felt she deserved, some type of prosperity or something because she was just so funny and her personality is whack. She's disrespectful. She's confessed to drugging men. I'm not going to get into all that. I'm like, she's just another, I don't want to say worthless. That's harsh words, but she's just another ratchet female who hasn't changed internally at all. Y'all just made her famous. That's it. So, no, I hate that, fellow Hebrew women, African American women, which that is your true identity. You are God's chosen people. Start reading your Bible. That don't need to be your inspiration. Okay? Not that crap. They're not thinking about you. They thinking about what's going to bring them the next biggest check. And I can dance, so why not? Go ahead and do it. They're not thinking about you. Support her creativity, support her talent. She has a beautiful body. You can still appreciate things about somebody and not make them an admirable figure in your eyes. You don't just automatically come into agreement with everything somebody does just because you appreciate certain aspects about them. You don't have to do that. If you're seeking your purpose and your self-worth, you need to seek the Lord for that. Only He can reveal that to you. Period, point blank. That's my video. So, y'all have a blessed night.